Look at point number 7, the sparks, 1855 to 57. What happened then? Taxes continued to ruin the peasants. In Bengal, the Santals, who had lost their land under new land rules, became desperate. In 1855, they wrought in rebellion and massacred Europeans and their supporters alike. So, what happened then? You can see the words peasants, which means small farmers. Alright, Santals is kind of a group lived mainly in eastern India. Right, then is the word rebellion, which means an act of armed resistance to an established government. And this massacred, right, which means deliberately and brutally kill. Okay, so what was going on there? The ever increasing taxes levied on the peasants, or you can say farmers, continued to pressurize them and worsen their financial situation. The Santals in Bengal became disheartened and hopeless after they lost their land to the Britishers under the new land rules. In 1855, they launched a rebellion and killed European and all those who supported them. Okay, so you can see here discontent was brewing in the East India Company's army too. The white soldiers get huge pay mentions to live in servants. White, we get a pittance and slow promotions. The Angrez ask us to cross the sea, which is against our religion. Who is the Topiwala to abolish our age-old customs? We must drive out the Angrez. So these kinds of conversation were there, right? So what was going on there? You can see first of all here is the word discontent, means dissatisfaction with someone's circumstances. Brewing means something is about to happen and something is being prepared. Angrez, obviously Englishman. Okay, so as we have seen that many kind of disheartened conditions were there. So what was going on? The people working under the East India Company were highly dissatisfied too, because some Indians were doing work under the company. The fact that they gave Englishmen good pay, mentions and other help, while they gave Indians only inadequate pay and slow promotions, further aggravated Indians. They felt bad that the Britishers urged them to move out their land, cross the sea, and work for them, which was even against their religion. They were motivated to drive the Britishers out. An Indian soldier serving under British or European order named Mangal Pandey. This one, this Mangal Pandey. So, what was he thinking? Even attacked the adjutant of his regiment, but was later executed, because you can see he was thinking we must drive out Angrez. So what he did, thousands of other sepoys revolted. They were stripped of their uniforms, humiliated and put in irons. Okay, so around thousands of other sepoys means soldiers, like Mangal Pandey, took violent action against the British, but were only robbed of their uniform in turn to make the sepoys feel humiliated. Alright, they just ruined the uniform. Next picture. Few Englishmen had care to understand Indian customs or the people's mind. Oh, proud Brahmin soldiers, do you know that the grease on the bullet you have to bite is made from the fat of cows and pigs? What? The white man has deceived us too. Muslim, Hindu, right? Cows and pigs both were good for them, and they were using grease of them, fat of them in the bullet. So it was also the reason, right? So some of new Englishmen even began to understand new how Indians thought, how their mind works and their customs. They told Brahmin soldiers that the bullet they were supposed to bite is covered with grease made of cow and pig fat, right? So here soon chapatis were sent from village to village to tell the people that their emperors would want their service. Yes, all my village men will be ready. And you can see similarly Lotus flowers circulated among Indian soldiers, death to the foreigners. And yes, the masses gave all help and shelter to the patriots. As we can see, the next chapatis were being sent to each home in every village, conveying that their services could be required to fight the Englishmen. Okay, so the people agreed. Lotus flowers were circulated among the Indian soldiers. The nation stood against them with the support of the masses in the form of shelter and other helps to patriots, means the persons who were ready to fight against Englishmen. So every people were started supporting them because they got humiliated and they got seriously dissatisfied with the working of the East India Company, or you can say the British people. Next is Revolt 8, 1857. Then there was a violent outbreak at Meerut. Right after this motivation, means they were saying that we need help of others. So first outbreak was there in Meerut. Okay, they wanted freedom and they wanted war against, they wanted fight against Englishmen. So they started this from Meerut. The sepoys marched to Delhi. Long live our Emperor Bahadur Shah. This one. Okay, so the urge to free the nation of the British continued to grow. The city of Meerut also experienced a violent outbreak. The soldiers marched and moved to Delhi to support their emperors like Bahadur Shah. He was the emperor of that time, right? And the people wanted to help them, so they moved to Delhi. The rebellion spread wider. Okay, and many landlords had lost their lands because of the British policies, and they were sore, means upset. The white man's rule must end. Yes, we will help you. Okay, so all over these things were going on. And yes, the revolt continued to spread and grow. They even got the support of the landlords that had lost their land due to the new land rules. So people were angry and wanted to fight the Britishers. So everybody had started supporting the fighters who were ready to fight against British people. So everywhere the revolt scene was there. Last page number 44. So what was the conditions? The fight for freedom, 1857. So how many people, and many of them were ready to fight against, and from from the different parts of countries, different leaders had fought against Britishers. You can see in the picture, many former rulers like Begum Hazrat Mahal of Lucknow were bitter. The white man has taken away my kingdom. So they were also very sad. So many former rulers were bitter too because the Englishmen had taken control of their kingdoms. So leaders like or you can see here, popular leaders like Molvi Ahmadullah of Faridabad told the people, rise brothers, rise, the anger is ruining our land, the Angrez is ruining our land. So here Molvi Ahmadullah, here Begum Hazrat Mahal, they both were completely desperate. They wanted a fight against Englishmen. So what were they doing? They were asking people to rise, right? So leaders like Maulvi Ahmadullah of Faridabad and motivated people to free the country of all the Englishmen. She was also thinking because they had taken away her kingdom. They joined the upsurge against the foreigner. Upsurge means an upward surge in the strength or quantity of something, right? So the people rose everywhere in Bareilly, Kanpur and Allahabad. So the people of Bareilly, Kanpur and Allahabad rose forward too. Here Azimullah Khan told Tatya Tope, we should have Peshwa Nana Sahib as our leader in this war of independence. This is the conversation among the southern people. Alright, so here 80-year-old Kubar Singh of Bihar revolved a bullet in this wrist. Received a bullet in this wrist. Mother Ganga, this is my last offering to you. So entire North India, South India, they were ready. So former rulers like Begum Hazrat Mahal of Lucknow joined them because her kingdom had been taken by the British, every thereby strengthening their power. So entire North India came together in large numbers to fight a pitched battle against the Britishers. In the light of this, Azimullah Khan expressed his thoughts to Tatya Tope that they should have Peshwa Nana Sahib as their leader in this war of independence against the English. And in this revolt, the in this revolt against the British, 8-year-old Kunwar Singh of Bihar, yes, 80 years old Kunwar Singh of Bihar was hit by a bullet in the wrist, which he dedicated to Mother Ganga as an offering. All right, and yes, the Patriots pounced upon the British and fought pitched battle all over North India. So, if you have ever read in the history, 1857 revolution, then I think you had learned and heard about many of the soldiers, which we have, many of the martyrs, which we have not read here. But it was the, first war again for independence against Englishmen, right? And yes, Mangal Pandey, Tatya Tope, Rani Lakshmi Bai, and you can see here Azimullah Khan, right? Kunwar Singh. So many more martyrs were there, fighters were there who fought against English people to get freedom. But yes, we know that we got freedom in 1947, but they tried for many years. Okay.